I'm Freya Thompson and I'm here to teach you a beginner tune that I composed called Light on the River Ness. I composed it when I was living in Inverness, and I hope that it is a nice tune to play when you're just starting to learn the harp. It goes like this. So we're going to start by looking at the right hand. And the right hand in the first section and the third section are the same, so that's good. And we've got 4 fingers in a row with our thumb starting on C, the red string, and we go down the way. We put our thumb on A and our second on G right beside it. And both the A and the G there are long notes. They last for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's a great phrase because you only have one moment of placing in that phrase, but it is crucial to remind yourself to place that thumb before you play the 4th finger. This is setting you up with some really good habits. The second phrase starts really similarly to the first phrase, but we have a hop. We're going to hop our fingers up 1 string in a really fast moment. So we're going to go down. We're going to hop our 4th finger up to A, our 2nd to B, our 4th to A, our 3rd to B, our 2nd to C, and our thumb to D. And we're going to go up those strings. So we go down and down and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that D is a nice long note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Should we try that a little bit slower maybe? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And our third phrase is the same as our first phrase, which is just wonderful. So we have made the effort of learning it, and now we get to play it again. Hooray! We're going to go down from the C. Our thumb's going to go onto the A, and our 2nd onto the G. This time our thumb is going to fall over the top of our 2nd finger onto the E for a little upbeat. So we're going to quickly put our 2nd and our 3rd on the D and the C, so 3 fingers in a row, and this is 3 and 1, and it's going to be really useful if you do think of it as being beat 3, 3 and 1, because that's going to help you to get your left hand in where it wants to be once you learn the left hand. I think you probably have noticed that just before I played that C string, I put my thumb on the G. And that is because I am placing in the direction that I am playing in. I'm going to put my 3rd underneath the G up onto the A here. I'm going to play the G, and then I'm going to put my second on B and my thumb on D. So it's all the white strings around the C, and I'm going to go round to, placing my second finger, the C, round to the C. You might want to practice that little moment in isolation before you put that moment together. So we've got our upbeat from the E, D, C, hopping. So we're going to do E, D, C, get your thumb on the G, third comes under, round to the C. So if we put that together with the third phrase, we're going to go down from the C, thumb goes on the A, and then it comes over onto the E. We're going down, thumb's going up to the G, third under to the A, round to the C. Now, that might seem a little bit off-putting to you right now, but I want to say well done in advance, because I know that you're going to make the effort to learn to do all of that placing really perfectly. And what that will mean is that when you move on to intermediate pieces, it's going to be so much easier because you've got the good habits in place. So that's our first part. And when I teach this to students who come for lessons, face-to-face lessons, what I teach next is I teach the left hand, because all we do is we're just going to use our second finger. See that I'm already holding my hand in a kind of a good habit position here, where I have my fingers gently closed over and my thumbs tucked over my second finger. And when I use my second finger, I'm just going to bring it in. So we're not looking for tension, we're just looking for a nice gently closed hand, and it keeps things nice and neat. And we've got a pattern. We're going onto the C, the red string, and then we're going up to the F, and then we're going up to the A, and then we're going down one string to the G. So that's a pattern. C, up to F, up to A, down one string to G, back down to C. This is one that's worth just getting in place, because we're going to play it 3 times. So if you want to practice that on its own, then you'll be able to put it together with your right hand. A's together and G's together. And when I say that, what I mean is that I've got an A in my right hand and in my left hand, and then I've got a G in my right hand and in my left hand. So we have the C's together as well. And then, even though our right hand changes, our left hand's going to stay the same. Hop your right hand, A's come together, and then your thumb this time in your right hand is going to go with the G in your left hand. So let's try that again. C's together, second phrase. Hopping your right hand, A's together, D and G together. Our third phrase is the same as our first phrase. A's together, G's together. Thumb going over the top here like a very good habit. And then our left hand's going to change, and this time we're going to do C to the F to the C. And we're going to play our upbeat. And then our F's going to come here along with this A. And then our last C is going to come here with the top C. So I'll do that again, remembering we've got the upbeat, E, D, C together, F and A go together, and then the C's go together. Excellent. So we're just about ready to learn the second section of the piece of music. Of course, if you want to pause the video and have a little practice, that's always a good idea. Don't get frustrated. Enjoy all the effort that you're putting in. It will pay off and you will be really happy with yourself. So the second part, we have the same shape in our right hand and our left hand. And the first shape we're going to have is our thumb is going to be on C, our second finger is going to be on G, and our third finger is going to be on E. C, G, E. That's the top of a C major chord. And we're going to do the same here with our left. C, G, E. And we're just going to go down. And what we're aiming for is a kind of a, I've described it before as a pyoing shimmy, 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 shimmy. I'm imagining that the light hits brightly onto a ripple in the river and then it fades out. And then we're going to take that shape and it's going to be the same shape, but we're going to have our thumb on the A, our second on the E, and our third on the C. Same again, A, E, C. So this time it's that top finger that is on the note, which is also connected to the chord name. So our thumb's on A and this is an A minor chord. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. And we're going to do that chord again. A, E, C, A, E, C. Pyoing, shimmy, 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 shimmy. And then we're going to put our thumb down to the G. And this shape is called a triad shape. Our second is going to be on the E and our third is going to be on a C. Often when we place this shape, when we start learning the harp, we put our third finger on first. But because we're going on the downward direction, I'm telling you in the downward way, the G, the E and the C. And this is called a C triad. So all we've really moved is our thumb because we had the E and the C in our previous chord. So here we have shimmy, 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 shimmy. So if we put that together, we've got this C chord, C, G, E, C, G, E. And then we're moving down to the A. And we play that chord again. And then we're moving down to the C triad. And then the second phrase starts similarly. And then we go to the A chord, and we play the A chord again, just as before, but this time we're going to jump up to a G triad. So our thumb's going on the D, our second's going on the B, and our third's going on the G. So that's our second phrase. We have the C, the A minor, and then we jump up this time to this G triad. So C, G, E, C, G, E, A, E, C, A, E, C, A, E, C, A, E, C, D, B, G, D, B, G. Well done. We're nearly there with this section because our third phrase is the same as our first phrase. Hooray! So we've got C, G, E, C, G, E, A, E, C, A, E, C, A, E, C, A, E, C, G, E, C, G, E, C. And then we're ready for our fourth phrase from this section. And C is our friend in this fourth phrase because we're going to play the C chord, which is the C, G, E, and we're going to repeat that with our left hand. And then we're going to move these two fingers up one string. And this is an F chord. We're going to play it from the top downwards as a C, A, F. And then we're going to go back to our C chord, the C, G, E. I'm showing it to you like that, not because we're going to play it exactly only with the right hand in that way, but just to show you how slight that movement is. Even though our hand will be off, it's just useful to know, oh, we're not going very far. So we're going to go down the C chord, down the F chord, and then down the C chord. And then our right right hand's going to come over the top and play that low C, that pointy finger action that I've shown you earlier with the left hand. Now we're putting it into place with our right hand. So that's the second section of the tune. And the third section of the tune, as I've told you already, the right hand's exactly the same, but this time we're going to put triads in to our left hand. I would say this is probably week 3 if you're coming to lessons on a weekly basis. I wouldn't get you to do this straight away, so you could just put this in your like tabs or whatever technical thing people do and come back to this later. Or if you want to keep ploughing on, well done. So we're going to have our C triad. Now triads are always the same shape. Play one, miss one, play one, miss one, play one. So I'm giving them a squeeze so that you can really see which ones my fingers are on. So we have the pattern. I would always play with my fingers down and my thumbs up. I was just doing that to show you. This pattern here to the F chord, up to the A chord, and down to the G chord. So we're following the same pattern that we played with our second finger. Now we're playing it as a chord pattern, as a triad chord pattern. So we're doing C triad, F triad, A triad, G triad. So I'm just going to slow that down. C triad, F triad, A triad, G. And when we get to the third time, instead of playing it as individual notes, when we get to the G, we're going to play it as a block chord. And the reason for that is so that we don't trip our little right hand fingers up. So when we put this together, the second finger gets played on its own. So we're going C's together, left hand second finger on its own, and then to the F chord, left hand second finger on its own. Don't forget to place your right hand thumb. And then we're going to do left hand second finger on its own and thumb on its own, and then the G chord. All of those notes get played on their own as well. Second phrase, C's together, left hand second on its own, F chord coming up, left hand second on its own. And this time we've got the A chord with the slightly faster section in the right hand. So these all go together one at a time. And then we hop down to a G chord. And those all get played on their own. Back to the first phrase. Second on its own, together. Second finger on its own. This is where we're ready to do our block chord so that we can get ready for our upbeat C triad, and following the pattern that we did last time, we're going to go to our F triad, and then we're going to go to our C chord, and our right hand is going to come in and play that last C note right there. So, I hope that's been a helpful tutorial. I have the sheet music is available on Scotland's Music as an individual piece of sheet music, or you'll also find it in New Tunes for Clarsach, the beginner's book, if that will help. Otherwise, watch the video again, scribble all your notes down, and keep practicing. Well done, enjoy your harp. Bye for now.